get you a glass of wine.
The three of us write the songs, and so generally at our shows as a trio, we tend to talk about the songs. And Reggie likes to play the music, and I don't blame him. He doesn't like to hear our stories over and over again. But there are a few here. There's a few here who may not have heard this. So this song actually, I guess I kind of had the seed for this. I talk about how we have these ideas, and one of us will bring the seed of an idea for these new songs, and then we get together, and hopefully the other two have what it needs to grow. And in this case, I was driving home from work, and I was listening to CBC Radio. This was a couple of years back during the forest fires out in Fort McMurray. And so they were interviewing one of the firefighters. They were asking him about how they were dealing with these fires, and he said, well, at least it's not a firestorm. And that's when I really got interested and tuned in, and I was like, whoa, okay, that sounds bad, what's that? And they explained that when a fire reaches a certain size and gets large enough, it begins to create its own weather system because of the amount of heat and that smoke and ash that rises up into the atmosphere. It'll create these clouds that actually create lightning storms without rain. And it creates its own wind because of the heat drawing oxygen, and then of course that fuels the fire. New lightning strikes create new fires, the oxygen being pulled in and the wind blowing spreads the fire. So it continues to feed itself and grow and just rage out of control. And I thought, oh my God, that sounds like a relationship. Does that ever sound like a song? I gotta go home and use this metaphor and write this song. And so I did. And then I took it to these two a couple days later, and we thought it was finished. And that's also where I thought the story would finish. We'd play the song, we'd put it on an album, and it'd be done. But what happened this summer was we were playing the Festival of Small Halls. I don't know how many of you attend that. It's a wonderful festival on PEI every summer in the small community halls. Just amazing. We were playing in Fortune, and at the end of the show, a lady came up to me and she said, when you introduced that song, I thought I would leave because I didn't want to hear it. I thought I would cry. And I was like, oh, that's not really what you want to hear as a songwriter, but, you know. And I said, well, I'm sorry to hear that. She said, no, I stayed, and I'm really glad I did. And I did cry. And she said, because I was there in Fort McMurray when that happened. And she said, my husband was working up north, and so I loaded the car and I literally drove through hell to escape Fort McMurray. And she said, I thought it would bring that back. And she said, it did, but I realized that I survived that. I've survived hell. I can survive anything. And so she said it really made her feel great. And I thought, okay, that's amazing. As a songwriter, that's so fulfilling. What a wonderful thing to hear. Thank you so much. And I thought that would be the end of the story. But she said, I actually think that I might know who that firefighter was. And I was like, wow, that is really crazy, that full circle, how that would happen. And I thought that's where the story would end. And 2 weeks later, I got a message on Facebook from a lady who said, I am Adam Bugden's mother. He was the firefighter that you heard on CBC Radio that inspired your song. And when I told Adam that he inspired that song, she said it was the first time I'd seen him smile in ages, because he's actually been having a really tough time with PTSD after those fires. She said, so I really would like to thank you for that. And so we're hoping that at some point we can meet Adam. We think that would be incredible. And that is almost where the story ends. Until we can meet Adam. But, and Reg, is this long enough for you? We actually played, I'm trying to think of where this was. I think it was Indian River Church. I told this story and played this song. And at the end of the night, a lady came up to me and she said, I just want you to know I've been actually working with those firefighters with PTSD in Fort McMurray, and what a wonderful thing that your song touched somebody. Keep making music. And I thought, well, if that's not reason to do it, there is no other reason. And now that I have completely oversold the song, this is Firestorm.
In